I go around and I go around and I go around, I go around. I'm always out, I am always out, I am always out, I'm always out. I keep running so I don't have to go.
Hello, and welcome back. So today, I thought I could bring you guys my summer TBR. You're gonna see that there's like so much on this list. I think I can still do it, like I have faith. I have a lot of faith. I have 2 series that I do want to finish. Well, like start and finish. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Plus, I'm also bringing out 2 massive reading vlogs for like 2 major fantasy series. So it's like, you know what, once like all that fantasy is done, which is like basically 5 plus 8, it's like 13 books, like a lot of pages of fantasy, I need to dive into something like cute, fun, lighthearted, that I don't really have to like connect dots and like world build, because it's a lot. I'm not gonna share just yet which ones are to come, because if you didn't watch my TBRs, you don't know just yet, so I kind of want to keep it a surprise just in case you haven't seen it. But if you do want to get spoiled, it's obviously in my May TBR. So yeah, I just want a cute, fun, lighthearted things. Obviously we have like some thrillers because I feel like I need a little bit of like oomph to my summer, but super cute, super fluffy. We do not have any fantasy because I try not to read fantasy during the summer because it's like a little heavy, and I tend to find that I don't really get sucked in. I don't really enjoy it as much because it's just harder for it to grip me. Like I've read books in the summer and then I read book 2 in like the winter, and I was like, the storyline, it has everything that I thought I would like, but I feel like the second book was always like a little bit better, but I still didn't really have the connection with the characters. And I'm pretty sure that like boils down to having read it during the summer when fantasy wasn't like, I guess, at its peak. But anyways, if you're new here, my name's Mila. I make everything from postgrad, lifestyle, and bookish type content, and we also dabble into pop culture and reality TV. So I'm currently finishing up Vanderpump Rules because I know that you guys have really enjoyed it. So I was like, you know what, let's go back to Vanderpump Rules. I'm finishing that, and then I plan to bring out a video a month until August. As usual, we're gonna do Love Island UK and Love Island USA, and then after that, for the months that come after, I was thinking of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives because I watched the show. I love it. I've recommended it to so many people, but I figured like, okay, well, I'm gonna let people who like know what they're talking about talk about it. It's like drama reality TV, so I thought like that could be something fun that's not like a super major massive commitment. I don't know, like that's what I had in mind. That's what I've been like brainstorming. Let me know what you guys think. But anyways, let's hop right in because we have there's like what you see here, and then there's like another pile behind. Oh no, you guys can see it. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. So this duology I've had on my shelf for so long, but this summer is the summer that I read it. I have always said that Tessa Bailey was like hit or miss for me because sometimes I like it, other times I'm like, it's a little bit too much. These 2 books by Tessa Bailey I've had on my shelf. I'm like, you know what, this is my like last chance testing her out. If it works out, great. If it's not, like if it doesn't, then I know she's just not an author for me. So we have Secretly Yours. Can we see this? Yes. Secretly Yours, which is a little small town, a romance where I think it's the girl who comes back to the small town, not the guy. Actually, never mind. I think she's the one who comes back to the small town and she's like working for his family or something like that. I just saw small town. I was like, oh my god, yes, because honestly, summer is like the time where I read small town, which you're gonna see here. There's like a lot of small town. So I'm super excited for that. And then we have book 2, which I think it's, oh my god, wait a minute. Oh, okay. So this is the brother's book, and then this is the one for the sister, so that's actually really cool. And okay, yeah, my bad. So in this one, it's the girl that goes back to the small town and who meets the guy. So super cute, super fun duology. I hope. Okay, so It Happened One Summer, that's what it's called. It Happened One Summer. I enjoyed book 1. It was a little bit much for me, but I did really enjoy it. Book 2, I was so hyped. I was so ready, but I didn't like it, so I'm kind of nervous. Like so far now, book 2 does kind of excite me more than book 1, but I'm still super excited for it. So we're gonna see how I feel and if, Tessa Bailey is an author for me, or unfortunately this is where we stop reading her books. Next, this is a book that I've had on my shelf for so long. You're gonna see why I love Oh my god, there's a ladybug on my mic. Girl, what are we doing? Okay, that was a little bit jarring. I was not expecting that. But yeah, what I was looking for. Well, this book like holds a nice place in my heart because I got it the first time I went to Paris, and we have the little, I don't know if you guys can see it, I really hope you can, the little Shakespeare & Co. stamp, Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. So I read Normal People, I loved it. I haven't picked up anything else by Sally Rooney just yet, but I have high hopes, and obviously I know what to expect. I know Sally Rooney, a lot of people are like, it's not really the writing style that I like. There's no like not that there's no punctuation, but there's no like quotation marks when people are speaking, and people tend to not like that. I've like experienced Sally Rooney, so it's nothing like, oh my god, this is like crazy, I've never read this before. Like, I know what to expect, so I feel like I relatively am gonna enjoy it. But yeah, super excited to get to that. And I feel like the other books, like, you don't really have to think, but it's like more like a light hearted fluffy romance. This is like more you're thinking, so I like the variety. We have a book by Lucy Score. So I read Lucy Score the first time last summer, which was Things We Never Got Over, and I have like mixed feelings about it. I think I rated it 4 stars. This summer I want to read Story of My Life by Lucy Score. I have no idea what this is about. Okay, so it's an author and she's going back to a small town to help her write. Obviously she meets a guy, and I think the cover is absolutely beautiful. Like, some sprayed edges are gorgeous and we love. Others, it's like, why are we doing a solid color? Like, it has no business being a solid color like green or black, as you're gonna see in another book that I'm gonna show you. But yes, super excited to read this. I feel like Lucy Score, she seemed like an author that it's like, I have to test out a couple of books to know whether it's like, oh my god, I'm in love with you, or it's like these few things. Like, that's just the vibe that I get. You know, like some authors, it's like you read and you're like, oh my god, yes, this author I know I'm gonna love, I connect, whatever. Other ones, it's like, I feel like it depends, you know. That's what I'm feeling with her. This next book I bought like a few months ago when I was in Madrid, and I've never heard anyone talk about this. I've never seen this like in North America, but this is a, I don't know if she's Dutch, but it's an author's like debut novel. The cover is beautiful. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's called Violet Syrup by Sophia Molan, and this kind of deals with a girl who's in her early 20s and she's like trying to figure things out, figure out her past. She feels kind of lost. It feels like the perfect book for where I am right now, so I'm very curious, do not know what to expect. This just gives like lounging by the poolside and reading, especially with this cover. I am so curious, so intrigued, and I really hope that I like it, because, you know, it's like buying books when you're on a trip and being like, oh my god, I bought this from this country, from that city, whatever, and then loving the book. It's like when you see the book on your shelf, it brings you back to that trip, and I just find that like a super cool thing. The next book we have is a book by Christina Lauren, my bad, called Something Wilder. This I feel like I've talked about so much. It's been on so many TBRs. I just never read it. This is kind of like, oh my god, what's it called? Like treasure scavenger hunt on an island? Question mark. Actually, it's in Utah, so that's interesting. That's actually curious. Beautiful cover, so I hope that I do like it. I haven't read a Christina Lauren book in so long because I feel like they're kind of like a hit or miss author for me, so we'll see what I think about that. Next, okay, we have 2 Emily Henry books on this TBR. The first one is Book Lovers. I know people enjoy it. I've just never gotten to it. The other one is kind of, do we think I can get it? Let's try to get it now since we're talking about Emily Henry. But yeah, I was like, I know Emily Henry is an author that I love. Like, why am I not reading her books? So this summer I'm finishing the books that I have on my shelf by Emily Henry that I have not read, because every single book I have read, just these 2 I have not. We also have Funny Story. Out of all of the books that she came out with, Funny Story was the one that kind of like gripped me the most, that I was like, I think I'm gonna like this the most. I'm so excited to finally get to it. My mom read it and she was like, it's like, my mom does like Emily Henry and she says it's a good book. We're gonna see, we're gonna hope that I do enjoy it. Are we gonna go, let's go back to the standalones, because my hands are not big enough to hold all these series. You remember how I said like some sprayed edges are beautiful, others it's like, what are we doing without time? Like, what's this? Why is my book neon green? Anyways, this is The Midnight Face by Lucy Foley. I try to not read the back of Thriller. I mean, obviously, like, I read the back of the Thriller when I buy it, but once it's on my shelf, I try not to read it, to like not, well, to go in as like as blind as possible. All I know is that it's Lucy Foley and I know I'm gonna like it. I mean, anyways, like the backs of her books don't really give anything away. It's basically a description of like where the story takes place, which in this case is a manor at a luxurious resort. There's the founder, the husband, the mystery guest, and the kitchen help. Everyone has an agenda, everyone has a past, but not everyone will survive the midnight feast. I feel like more thriller authors need to have a description like this because Lucy Foley gives nothing away, but it like sucks you in. So super excited for this. This is an old book from her, older book from her that I have not yet read, which is The Guest List. I feel like everyone has read this at this point. I need to do it. I think this is like a wedding. Yeah, a wedding on a remote island. And once again, we have a list of the main characters: the bride, the +1, the best man, the wedding planner, and the bridesmaid. All have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. And what I like about Lucy Foley is that you see the point of view of every single character, and you can kind of if you're really trying to connect the dots, you can kind of figure it out, but it's never obvious. You have to be locked in, which I do like, because I don't like when the twist is obviously there and it's not fun. But I like when you have to you're wait a minute, is it this, is it that? I kind of thought this, but now I'm thinking that, but now I'm going back to this. That's what I like, and that's what I get from Lucy Foley. Let's go back to Small Town. So we have Lost and I never know how to pronounce this. Lost and Lasoud, I do not know, by Lila Sage. This is the third book. This is the book that I've been waiting for in this series, where we have the main character of the first book, best friend, and the brother. And we've been waiting for this. We've been seeing the tension build over the last 2 books. So I'm super, super excited to get to this. Both books I loved, but this is the one that I was really, really waiting for. So I'm super excited to get to this little cowboy romance. Our next book is the third book in a romance standalone trilogy. I read book 2 pretty recently, and I loved it so much. It really surprised me. Also, apparently the author is Canadian, so I love that. And this book is The Catch by Amy Lee. I do not know what it's about. I remember reading the description the year that it came out, and I was like, oh my god, this sounds so good. And I picked it up at a romance bookstore in a town that I was visiting, and I was like, oh my god, I recognize this title. Let's just add it to my basket. All I know is that it's Small Town. From the cover, I feel like it's pretty obvious. And I think this is definitely one of the main character's friends from the other book. She meets a guy in a small town, obviously, because that's the plot of every single small town romance. But I'm really, really excited for this because X's and O's was so good and beyond any of my expectations. So super, super excited. This next one I bought when I was in Toronto last year. I've never heard anyone talk about this. I think this book is even translated from Italian. It's called Trust by Domenico Sarnone. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think this is just people trying to figure out life. Yeah, it's about the complexities of human relationships and the fragility of our public personas. I think it's just 2 people opening up. I really got the vibe of normal people when I picked it up, and it's super, super small, so I could probably read this in a day, or just lounging by the pool. This is the best read for that. So I'm very, very curious to see what I think. Once again, it is translated from Italian. I don't know what other books the author wrote. It was the most random bookstore that I just walked in because I saw something that looked cool, and then I picked this up because I was oh, gives good vibes. Gives good vibes, and I've never heard of it. Let's try something new. So we're gonna see what I think. We have another thriller here by Riley Sager. I have not read a Riley Sager book in so long, so I do want to get back into him. I do want to get back into his backlist because I did really enjoy the 2 books that I read. We have Lock Every Door. Once again, thriller, so I try not to read the back. All I know is that it is Riley Sager and I like his writing style, and the cover is pink and purple, which I love. So I hope that I like the book. We have an Ali Hazelwood book, which is, I cannot believe I have not read this yet. Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I read, not that there was an order that you read these books, but I feel I read them out of order because of the order it was published. So I read Love Theoretically when it came out. I went back to read The Love Hypothesis just last summer, which is crazy. And now finally we're reading Love on the Brain. I know all of them, it's the same idea. So I was I'm not really gonna read the back because I know what to expect. I like Ali Hazelwood's writing style. I know I'm gonna love it. So we do not know what exactly is going on, but it's some academic, and can I just say I love a sciencey academic romance because it just like tickles something in my brain that I love. We have a book by an author that I have not read in so long, but the book that I read from her, I loved it so much. It's called The Only Game by Elena Armas. So I read The Spanish Love Deception when I was in Spain, like, oh my god, now it's like 4 years ago, which is crazy, and I loved the book so much. It really surprised me. I was so nervous going in, but it was so good. And I don't know if it's like just that story or if it was Elena Armas's writing style, but I was like, I do want to get back into her books. Like, I loved that. I want to see like if I'm gonna love everything else that she wrote. So I do not know what it's about, but it's Elena Armas, so I'm sure I'm gonna love it. Those were all the standalones that we have. I have a massive pile in front of me and I'm so scared it like falls on my laptop. But anyways, now to go to the series. Let's start with this one. This one is in Small Town, and this one isn't particularly summery, but I do want to get to it this summer because I finished another series by this author last year, and I want to finish what I have on my shelf by this author because there is so many other books by this author that I do want to read, but I was like, no, finish like this series first. We have the Dreamland Billionaire series. So the first book is The Fine Print, the second book is Terms and Conditions, and then the third book, which I had no idea was this thick, The Final Offer. I love Lauren Asher so much. I read the Dirty Air series. Oh my god, it was the best thing ever. I loved it. I loved it so much. I wish that I could read that series again for the first time because the spot that especially book 2 has in my heart, also Santi's book, everything, it's just absolutely everything. You know, I want to see if it was just like the world or these characters or if it was like really like Lauren Asher's writing style, because I do think that Lauren Asher is becoming one of like my favorite authors because I just love that series. I'm looking at it right now. I just love this series so much. I'm never gonna forget it. So hopefully this series also gives me that same feeling. And then lastly, the last things that I want to read is a series that I started like 2 years ago, and then I was like, I want to film my reaction to this series for like the rest, like the last 4 books, and I'm planning to bring this out maybe in August or September depending on how my other reading plans go during the summer. And it is the, oh my god, what's the series called? I actually don't know what the series is called, but anyways, we have Heartless by Elsie Silver, we have Powerless by Elsie Silver, Reckless, and then finally Hopeless. Elsie Silver, she just has the best cowboy romances, like flawless. Took me by surprise because I did not expect to fall in love with it as much as I did. And there's this one line that the guy said in the book that I will never forget because it just like it just stuck with me. It just stuck with me. And every time I think about the book, I think about, it's gonna sound so silly, I went like out of town. I just remember me vibing in my hot tub with my glass of wine reading this and just like giggling because I loved it so much. So I'm so excited to get to the other books, but I'm also so nervous because I have such high expectations from book 1. But yeah, we'll see. And obviously I'm gonna bring out my reading vlog, so you're gonna see all of my thoughts, my feelings, my like ups and downs and everything. So definitely get excited. And yeah, those are all the books that I do plan to read this summer. Out of curiosity, how many are there? We have 23 books. I honestly think that it's reasonable. Like, I think I could do it, you know? Like, June, July, August, I think it's very possible. And if I finish reading the books that I want to read in May, which I do not know because, again, there's, like, so much fantasy, I'm gonna start reading these. Like, I definitely want to get through all of these. Like, these are my most, like, summery, lighthearted romances because I really do want to try to finish all the books on my shelf before buying more because it's, like, it's getting absolutely insane how many I have. Like, I'm looking right now and it's not that bad. Like, there's so much that I've read, but there's also so much that I have not yet. But honestly, I feel like between May and August, so much is gonna go off my shelf because of like everything that I have planned. So fingers crossed, we will see. Let me know down below if you think that I'm gonna read all of this. And actually, do you guys want a little vlog on the Dreamland Billionaire series? Because I'd be super down to do that. I just don't know where it's gonna fit in, but if you guys want it, then obviously I'm gonna film it. Also, let's talk about this. My nail literally broke like right before I turned on my camera, so I was like, well, shit, because I was supposed to film so much today, but now I'm like, it just feels weird talking and like I'm missing a nail, and I didn't even get these done like that long ago. Like, yeah, they're a little grown out, and I was gonna like get them done this week anyway, so it's like it's fine. But I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, my filming day. Why my filming day? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, definitely do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below and leave a thumbs up so I know that you would like these little seasonal TBRs, and so I know if I bring you guys a little fall TBR or not. I mean, I'm probably gonna do it like either way, but if you guys are excited for it, then like it's gonna make me want to film it even more. If you want to go, you know, follow me around in my everyday life, my TikTok, Instagram, and Goodreads are all links down below, so definitely do not hesitate to go check me out over there. And that's all for me today. I do need to go to prep another 2 videos because I'm planning to film like 4 today because I'm absolutely crazy. But at least you know that I'm pre-filming and you're gonna get things on a timely schedule. So stay safe, protect your vibe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.